All right, what's up?
Welcome back to another episode of Happy Hour Fridays.
She mad at me right now, y'all.
I'm not mad at
She is
you.
mad. She is mad. Don't fake. Don't fake. Tell the people, man. She mad at me right now.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad that I can't find my gold
And
tongs.
in some way, she's blaming me
I'm
for
not
the
I'm not I'm
misplacement of
not
these.
blaming
I don't know
you.
where they are now. Do I wash most of the dishes in this house? Yes. I don't know where the tongues are though.
I'm not blaming you. I just feel like
I
so
had
like
something to
so
do with
so
it.
no, like a basketball, like your
Yo,
basketballs.
I know more than
I'm
basketball.
not
I
saying
know.
no, I'm not saying it. Like your basketballs, if you were to lose any of them, you would feel away.
I would definitely
So
feel
I
away.
feel away anytime I lose any of my house or my dinner party where I do feel away. And
Yes,
and aside from those are expensive gold tongs. So I don't want
absolutely.
them to just be in the trash somewhere. It literally just happened a couple minutes ago, y'all. So
Right.
I'm very upset that I can't find these tongs
And,
and
and
that they're not in any of the places that they should
and
be.
I'm upset with
No,
you.
you're not. So I'm not upset at you. I get upset with you and Layla at the lack of care and concern.
But I look
it,
for
it
it.
be it be a lack of care and concern.
I,
Because if you came to me like, yo, nah, I can't find this ball. All right, I'm gonna match your energy. Yo, we gotta find this ball. But like when I say I can't find something to mine, it's like, oh, she upset about something else again. And I'm like, damn, like, can I get some more care and concern when I'm losing my stuff,
but I did look for it,
Maurice?
and I told you. I, the last time that I seen it, right? I thought back. Hey, I did wash it before. And the last time we put it, you had put it away. That was the last use of it. Nobody else used this besides then. So get me off the
No,
get
no, because
get me
everybody's
off the stand.
no,
I
everybody's on
am
my shit list
innocent.
until I find my tongs.
Your Honor, I am innocent.
And then like I somebody freaking either threw away or took with them one of my cups that I thrifted. Went back to the thrift store. It's not there.
I think I know who took it.
Who took it?
I can't tell you that.
Yes, you can.
I think I know.
Why do you think you know, or you either you know or you think you know?
Say no, I'm playing.
It's not. See what I'm saying? Lack of care and concern. I want to be playing with him about his basketball like this. I know that it would be really hurting his feelings, like it is mine. But you see, he playing around because it's a joke to him.
It's not a joke. I do care. I care. We paid for it, so I care.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But anyway,
I
moving
do care.
on. I want to move on.
All right. I guess can we introduce ourselves? Hold it like that.
This is
Hi.
that nigga Maurice that's
Oh,
getting on my fucking nerves.
wow.
And I'm Janay.
What? Can I introduce you?
No.
Yo, this is a. You see what type of day um, we're having. I will not respond to that energy because sometimes, like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. I would love to introduce my
And I don't got
beautiful.
no shame
See,
in saying I'm in hell right now. So I'm going to pull you right on down.
now you can't pull
And I'm
me
going to pull
down.
you
I
down.
got too much positive. That's too much light in here. Okay, I'm going to introduce my beautiful and amazing and talented and gifted wife, Janay. Give me a kiss. Book, book. Mwah. Now let's get this show on the road. Everybody can't be angry. Somebody got to choose. Could I be angry right now? Yes. I
But
could
you
be
know,
angry,
what's
but I can't
crazy?
be. I'm not gonna be angry
But
right
you know
now.
what's crazy? Like I don't have to be angry right now. But you know what? He came in with this dusty behind energy this morning,
Dusty.
brought me down, and then decided that he didn't want to be there no more. So now all of a sudden, what's wrong with you?
No, no.
You is what's wrong with me. You
Look,
came in with this dusty energy, brought my energy all
excuse
the
me.
way
Excuse
down.
me. I have a question. Thank you. Um, actually, it's a statement. Every time our energy is off, it's my fault.
You had bad energy since last night. I don't know if you're sick. Are you sick?
Every time I went to sleep, can I close my eyes?
No, like it's not about being sleepy. It's your energy. It was low.
Look, the expectations on my energy is way different from the expectations on her energy. Like she could get into bed and not say goodnight and go to sleep.
Then I'm upset with you.
You're interrupting me.
I'm upset with you.
You're interrupting me.
I'm upset, but like let's call a spade a spade. No. Let's call a spade a spade.
2 nights ago,
if I do that, unless I'm actually passing off, I do that, I'm upset with you.
2 nights ago, she got into the bed, she turned over and went to sleep.
I said goodnight, babe.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
You did not say goodnight. You just went to sleep.
No,
but if I were to do something like that, it's times 1,000.
Anytime
it's Maurice. Oh my God, what's wrong? Did I? You're mad? No. Like, yo, it's times 1,000 if I do something like that.
You gotta tell the truth.
That's
so
the truth.
I know a couple days ago I either kissed you or cuddled up with you before I turned.
You ain't do nothing.
You're lying. You're lying.
Oh, see, abuse.
Hold on.
Physical abuse.
Because like, let's tell the truth. When are you even in the bed when I'm laying down? That's number one. Because you don't even be there. You be up working. Number two, if you were in the bed, I know for God darn sure I kissed you or cuddled up with you before I turned over. He's lying. He's lying. And you can't even tell the truth in order to prove a point.
I'm telling the truth. I'm the most trustworthy person you know.
Maurice.
All right, so here's the thing.
You don't be telling the truth. You was raised that way.
Yo, do not talk about my upbringing.
Okay.
I survive. And sometimes let's just move forward. How you going? How you doing?
Well, you just heard how I'm doing.
Right. And it's somehow my fault, but we're going to move forward on that.
I never said that. You said that.
Because me as being a provider, I understand my role. My role as a provider, I provide the finances, I provide the energy, I provide the spirit, well, God's spirit in this home. So when things are off, it's my fault, even though it's not my fault.
You are such a, oh my God.
And I've accepted that as the man.
Yo, it's November 1st. Like, you can't keep coming with this energy.
Yo,
it's so bad.
We're here
now. It's so bad.
We're here. It's the truth.
It's so bad.
It is the truth. If things are off, it's my fault, and I've accepted it.
You are
I am. See, she's about to hit me. She's about to hit me again. But I somehow keep on surviving. I haven't had enough yet. Shout out to Jennifer Lopez. That was a great movie. Enough. He said.
Don't shout out to Jennifer Lopez ever again.
He said.
Don't ever.
No, wait. Let me get this moment.
Don't ever shout out to Jennifer Lopez ever again.
He said when you're laying there on the ground, he's going to think that he's won. And like the coward that he is, he's going to stand over you. He's going to try to kick you like the punk that he is. And at that moment, that's when you and all the other women behind you are going to stand up and fight back. Because you have had enough.
Maurice.
It's not funny. Domestic abuse is real.
It's not funny, but like
domestic abuse is real, and you do not need to stay in a relationship with somebody that is physically, verbally, emotionally socially abusing you. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Maurice, thank you for your PSA.
You're welcome. I realize also at this decor we have all of your colors. We don't have my colors. You got your green, you got your gold. Where's my maroon?
It's blue in
my
here.
My black,
it's
my
maroon,
blue,
it's maroon,
my gray.
It's maroon and blue.
It's very quaint. It's very quaint.
And this is blue.
And no, it's very quaint. That's my word of the week. Quaint. And you got to say it like that. Quaint.
Well, nigga, do something. And then you can put your colors in here.
Do something.
Like, you can put your colors in here when you start. I
do a lot.
Stuff.
I do a lot. Thank you. I do a lot.
Anyway. All right. So for our cocktail for today, we are, if you haven't noticed, we are in brunch mode. It is the morning time. We have a full date day today. So in order to take advantage of that,
hopefully it'll be a good date day because this one has came in with this energy, but I'm gonna forgive you, and I'm going to say that that today will be a great day because I forgive you,
Do you?
and the husband that I am won't allow today to go for naught. Another
So
word of the week.
we have
Thank
a
you.
full date day, and we decided to do a brunch episode. And to honor that brunch episode, I made a coffee cocktail. So it's a coffee cream cocktail.
Okay. Okay.
It does also have tequila in it.
Oh. Okay.
So
Now we're talking.
we are using my new thrifted glasses. Hopefully nobody throws them in the trash today.
Dangerous.
All right. So basically, it is coffee. I brewed some coffee, some liqueur cream.
It smells good too.
Thank you. Tequila, and that's it. And some ice to make it an iced coffee because I know you like it both ways now.
I do. Whoa. Pause. I do
You gotta
like
grow up.
the coffee cold and warm, is what I would say.
You gotta grow up. Hand me your cup.
Like it both ways. What type of party we having? That's a beautiful pour.
You know what time it is. I feel like really you're supposed to hold it by the stem. Make sure you're holding it by the stem. That's the proper way to hold the glass.
Thank you for that master class.
Stem, not bowl. There you go. You got it.
Thank you for making me seem like a young boy on camera. I appreciate that.
You see, like he keeps starting with me.
I'm not starting.
When I blow up, when I blow up, then it's my fault.
Dog.
But like you keep trying to taunt me.
See,
and then I'm gonna blow up, and then
yo, the crazy part is like when she blows up, I just gotta take it. But if I blow up, it's tears. It's
not. Don't try to make me seem like a punk.
Okay. All right.
Don't ever try to make me seem like a punk. Don't ever try to do that.
See.
Now hold your glass right.
See. Like this. I ain't stupid. Like this. Hold it like that.
Yes. Cheers.
Okay. I think that's how you would want it to be. Yep.
I like it. It's cute.
Nailed it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into our food before we start talking and stuff so we can dip out and talk at the same time.
That's a grown man coffee drink. Sure.
Sure.
What did you say? I dismissed that. Because I was saying what I was saying and you decided to talk over me.
I didn't know that you was going to be talking for so long.
See, all right. Everybody else can't be long-winded except for her. When she goes on her rant and she's long-winded, you gotta listen. But when I am long-winded, all of a sudden it's ADHD. I gotta get in there.
All of a sudden it's ADHD. You can't tell this nigga nothing. Like, what the f? All of a sudden it's ADHD.
Yo, she be playing.
Oh my God.
She be playing an ADHD card.
I don't be playing no card. It's not a card to play.
Yo, how can you play an ADHD card? That's wild.
I even admit when I go on my rants, it's an ADHD rant. I apologize. Tell me to stop talking. Jump in here. He be like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, because
no, I don't want to hear it.
Because if I say that's too much, oh, you never listen to me anyway.
And don't. And don't. Anyway, so back in the day when we first started dating, we would connect in the morning time. Don't ask us how. But we would make these large breakfasts.
I just got that.
We would make these.
We got a little hot in here, didn't it? All right.
We would make these
Those morning connections.
those random morning connections on a snowstorm day.
Whoa. Whoa.
How did we get here? We don't know.
We don't know.
But we used to make these really large breakfasts, and we would have French toast,
Yep.
cinnamon rolls,
Yep.
eggs. We would make
Yes.
this like cheesy potato and bacon like mixture. Bacon. I feel like we had so much. We would always get like this like orange mango banana juice.
Oh, I remember that.
I was about to get it, but I'm like, we're not gonna drink this whole thing. It was one of the big joints.
Oh yeah, that would have been too much.
So yeah, we used to get all of that, and then this is bad because food should not be putting you to sleep. Food should be an upper, not a downer. But we would take like a 3-hour nap.
Legit.
We would make all that food, eat it, take a 3-hour nap, then have some for later.
Yes.
That one time we made a huge breakfast on July 4th.
Wildwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made a huge breakfast, took like a 3-hour nap, made a spontaneous trip to Wildwood that night to go see the fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, that was super cool. It was a lot. It was a lot on the body, but it's a moment that we'll never forget.
Yeah.
Because we woke up like we doing this. We actually making this drive.
Are we going? And we was young. We was young. We was
young.
like, we going.
Young and fresh.
Drove back that same night too.
Same night. Now today, Maurice, and we going up and we gonna stay up.
Right. He'll be like, all right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back tonight. And he'd be like, you know what?
We gonna get
I looked up some rooms while y'all was in the bathroom.
Cause like that, what's the experience in that? To be all stressed coming home,
tired,
and
mad that you made the trip for a day.
Just lay your head on my pillow.
I thought you was going with the lawyer. Lay your head on my pillow.
Oh, that's the Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you was going.
Oh, sorry, we wasn't on the same page.
New decade. Yeah. But we have all of those things. And we also included spinach because Maurice loves spinach.
I do.
And he has become accustomed to ordering a side of spinach. So we have that as well.
Yeah, every time it's spinach on the menu, I'm going to get it.
You're going to get it. He's going to get it.
I am going to get it.
He's going to get it.
I'm going to get it.
So we're going to dip out.
Dip.
So we can chit-chat.
Dip. Let's roll. You know a person ready to eat when they roll up them sleeves. Janay about to get down.
You have to relax.
I'm not going to judge you, baby.
You have to relax.
This is your home. All right.
All right. We got some syrup.
Yeah, pour that. Pour it slow.
You got so many demands.
I'm a demanding man. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Make it sexy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
What's been up with you?
What's been up with me? What's been up with your boy? Shoot, man. Speaking engagements are up. Touring around the city of Philadelphia, giving the youth and young adults and youth professionals some purpose and power and engagement. And my basketball program is thriving. We're about to be in a championship game this Saturday. So I'm excited for that. And y'all know I have a book coming out November 11th. Or no, it's
pre-sale.
Pre-sale. Out. November 11th. And I'm working on 2 more projects. This one project called Championship Mindset, really bringing in the basketball principles and life together. And then also I'm working on another book for Layla's dreams, going into a different career. So the first book with her was very general. So now we're going to specify or really target one profession and just build out a series. So I'm excited about that project with my baby.
The first book was really good, y'all. Yeah. Titled Layla's Dreams. Get that if you haven't.
Go ahead and get that. What about you? What's going on with you?
Trying to plan for 2025.
Hold up. You just had a party.
Yeah, very successful little intimate gathering, which I really love for Halloween. The weekend before Halloween had a pizza and pajamas night, which was really fun. And everybody came through with great energy. We made pizzas, we chatted, we ended the night with some karaoke, which was so fun and spontaneous.
We had people dropping to the floor, wigs popping off. It was
Not
crazy.
wigs popping off.
Pandemonium. It was amazing. The energy was electric.
No, it was a really great night. Something that I want to model the future events energy off of, you know? So that has me thinking about like holiday parties and just things I want to be involved in 2025.
That karaoke and just the energy reminded me of something that you would see off of a well crafted movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know those nostalgic movies that they have these moments of engagement that you're like, yo, man, that was dope, and you feel it every time you see it.
Exactly. You had people who wouldn't normally get up there like me. I don't do the public display of singing and artistry. I mean, I do public displays of artistry, but in different ways. But it was a really good night. I'm really happy with it when I think back on it. No complaints except for not having my cup.
Mm. I tell you one thing: if you see a cup like this out there in the world,
Snatch it up.
snatch.
Snatch it up and bring it back to me.
But that's awesome, man. I'm glad to see you successful in doing what you love as your husband and your best friend, your mentor, your role model, your sexy companion, your everything, your example.
Shut up.
Your I want to be like that. To see you
That's enough. That's enough.
to see you
No, that's
thrive
enough. Okay.
and and be happy is like my number one goal every single day. Look, I love this woman so much, man. I love this woman so much. And I fell in love with her from the first time I saw her. And my life's mission, is to really make sure that she lives heaven on earth. Like that is the goal every single day. So to see you happy and fulfilled is like $1 million getting into the account. So keep it up.
Thank you.
And if you don't support her, we got issues. We got issues. Meg the Stallion. What's her real name?
Megan Pete.
Megan Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Is she related to the Holly Robinson Pete's?
Maybe. Are they from Houston?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, well, why I gotta assume that everybody related anyway? But
Maybe.
Meg the Stallion, her documentary came on Amazon Prime. Nay, what you think about that? Like, what were some of your thoughts?
I mean, I was telling Maurice because I watched it yesterday. I had to text my email like, "Is this new?" So I didn't even know it was coming out. I be so like habitually online, and I be into things, but I don't be into like everything. So I'll see things and not look too much into them. Had no idea what's coming out. So my email was like, "Yeah, that's actually new. It came out today." I was like, "Wow, didn't even know." About to watch. Um, and I was telling Maurice that I don't think I've ever watched like a documentary, and maybe I have, but that had that type of energy on it. That had that level of darkness and sadness throughout the whole documentary. Like some documentaries start off a little dark and sad, but then it's like, oh, the last 20, 30 minutes is like all of their like up. So like, oh, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
I left the documentary like, dang, like I want to smack the shit out of everybody that was like talking shit. Cause like I'm kind of happy that Rock Nation made it that way because it's like she is still suffering. Like she may be having better days and better situations and situations like that or things like that. But like she is still suffering from all of those things that happen.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. It was I mean, I've always believed Meg. I had to block somebody on threads yesterday, this young woman, and like she has like controversial like threads. Like she'll talk about like dark skin black people with light skin black people. Like she's an advocate for black people. She claims.
Okay.
And like wants to stick up for like dark skinned black people, da 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 da. But she made a thread that said yesterday, how do we feel about Megan lying on Tory? That was an immediate block for me. Like immediate. Like, girl, go on. Because how did she lie? Like she may have lied about sleeping with him. That's the only thing I can catch her in. They did their investigation. The doctors said what they saw. She lied about being shot. And then the doctor came in the office was like, girl, that's not glass. That's a bullet fragment in your foot.
Mm. So what you're saying is she tried to protect him.
She tried to protect him.
That's what I gather.
Which is an issue for me because it's like black women specifically, we got to stop protecting people who don't protect us. Like that act of even shooting you was just not an act of protection at all. And I know that she was just thinking about protecting him as a black man, black woman to black man, because the cops are coming. They've been shooting us down. I don't want to see that happen to you. I might be mad at you, but like I don't want to see that happen to you. But like at the same time, he shot that gun with no regard. Whether or not he meant to shoot her,
right,
or towards her or not, like he shot it with no regard. She ended up being shot.
I think with that situation alone, and just from the things that have been reported, because we don't know everything, right? But from what has been reported
and released,
number one, you do have a conversation or a phone call from him
and Kelsey, admitting to it,
admitting and asking, or saying, "I'm sorry, can you just please, do this so I can get out? Can you, and I think for me, if you're innocent, you don't
on a jail phone.
You don't do things like that if you're innocent.
On a jail phone.
Now, what he's being penalized for, it may not be to the most severe extent, like what you're saying. Like, I don't think he meant to shoot her, right? But just the environment of danger that he put her in, and the embarrassment. Mm-hmm. We talking about, she's out the car, she's walking, and you're saying, "Dance, B," and you're shooting at her. So that means that you're looking for her to put on a show out of danger and not feeling safe, so that she can get back in the car. It's like, what other you're trying to let her know, yo, you need to get in this car. You need to be here because out there is dangerous without me. I'm shooting at you. I'm embarrassing you.
I don't even think that's what his rationale was.
Well,
I think that he was trying to just embarrass her. I don't think it had to do with getting back in the car.
Well, I think for me, I think it's getting back in the car because I know for certain males, public embarrassment is like the worst thing in the world. So her walking out, you got the driver in the car, and she's winning the argument. So her getting out the car is another step in winning. Like, she's winning right now. He needed to get a leg up again, and he went about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, her getting back in the car is a win for him. And he couldn't accomplish that. And he started to shoot. Like I said, I don't think he meant to shoot her. But
at the end of the day, I don't know what he meant to do. Because once you point a gun in somebody's direction, especially that close, who knows what you meant to do?
And dog, at the end of the day, man, listen, man, first of all, I don't believe that everybody is a man. I think being a man is a decision. And I'm gonna say this right to the being a man is a decision, man. I don't care if you're 18, 25, 35. Being a man is a
Like,
decision.
yeah, you're a male by
You could be
DNA.
a 35-year-old boy,
Right.
but being a man, that's a decision. Ain't no man gonna shoot a woman or shooting in the direction of a woman. That's corny. To put another woman in danger like that, that's corny. Whether it missed or it landed or not, that's some sucker stuff, man. And us and to hear all the men, or sorry, all the males supporting and still bopping to his music, you corny too. You corny too. And I hear this. Look, imagine if it was your sister. Imagine if it was your mother. Imagine if it was your auntie. And we talk about that. It shouldn't even matter if imagining the fact that, yo, dog, that's another person.
Right.
That's another
A
person.
living, breathing human being.
And that's the messed up part about it. It was wrong. You still got people supporting it.
Come
And
on, some free him. Fuck you, Chris Brown.
that's
Like, and the baby. All y'all niggas talking about some free him.
yeah, I mean your feelings was hurt. You was losing in the right. We all know women's words cut deeper than men's.
And we're quicker. Like we're quicker with intellect. So like, yes, we might be on equal levels as intellect, but when it comes to a woman and being able to like really cut you, we're gonna be able to cut you. That's why men often use physical dominance. Anyway, so yeah, I felt really sad after watching that documentary. Um, Especially like I said, like with the rhetoric that's still going on, like that girl on Threads. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? Like,
I think that's the hurtful part of like releasing your truth. And you like, yo, he shot me.
but we've had like,
Or he shot at me, and for me to be on the yo, like you caused this, or it was your fault.
for you to come out and then like be like freaking trolling her.
No,
That's sick.
that's a world that you can't escape.
But that's a world that is built off of he can do that.
Yeah.
He can make a music video cutting into a horse leg. And people still gonna be like, free him, or be laughing about it. Like he can do that. And in today's world, because
When they told me about that, I didn't even know about the
none
video.
of us do, because none of us are keeping up with Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Like none of us are keeping up with him to even know that was even going on.
I just we need better accountability. Better accountability across the board.
I was watching a TikTok this morning. So it's this girl named Esther. She's on like a podcast, an Asian podcast. Okay. And she made a comment that said, what did she say? She said, yeah, basically saying that black women's vaginas are wider as opposed to other races because black men statistically have bigger private parts. Mm. But she was saying that to try to put us down as a group. And somebody made a video because it was a bunch of backlash, but it was a bunch of Asian backlash. And they were like, yo, why are you bringing down, what does black women have to do with this scenario at all? Why are you talking about it? Like, what was your point in saying that? Like, why do you feel like you have to big yourself up by putting other groups down, basically? Because she's an Asian woman. And this woman made a video, and she was like, the girl made an apology basically saying, oh, we got to watch what we saying. Our audience is growing. And she was like, instead of saying, I'm sorry, that was insensitive, she was saying, I got to watch what I'm saying because other people are watching. Because based off of who was supporting them before, they didn't care that you were saying derogatory or racist stuff about black women. You were assuming that your audience still did not care about black women. So that's why you said what you said so freely. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the same thing with Meg. Like, people just assume that you could do whatever you want to a black woman, like Tori did, making a video cutting into a horse leg, because nobody's going to say anything, because nobody's really going to go to bat for a black woman. Like you feel free to do all of these disrespectful things.
Crazy. Shifting topics. So the WNBA is on the rise. It always should have been, but we're here now. Um, and the game is growing. You got 3 new teams coming in next year, and then you have more teams coming after. And now all of a sudden, you have all of these firings that's happened with women led positions, like the GM of the Aces. And mind you, out of the last 3 years, they won 2 championships. She's
I ain't know
fired.
that part.
She's fired.
What?
The GM,
What?
the coach of the Connecticut Sun, mind you, they were in the semifinals. She's fired. The coach for the Indiana Fever, mind you, they just made the playoffs in some time. She's fired. When these things started happening, I automatically thought, yo, they're trying to put men in these leadership positions
Make space.
as the league is growing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is terrible.
Yeah. Bad take. Bad take.
If that is to happen, I pray that I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong. But for the Aces to fire their GM, and like I said, I don't know, we don't know all the details, but on face value, out of the last 3 years, you had 2 championships. You had what? Asia won 2 MVPs, I think, in that time frame. And you let that person go.
Yeah.
If y'all making room for men WNBA, y'all got
we
it.
don't want to see
Y'all
it.
got it wrong again. Just as y'all getting it wrong by CC is a great player, but
She's not the face.
y'all getting it
And she'll
wrong
not
by
be the
trying to
face.
advance her because of the color of her skin. Y'all wrong.
She's not the face. And
Y'all
should
wrong.
not be the
If
face.
anything, Enrique, who is a baller, but she can never
They don't care about her. She's dark
she
skinned.
can never be the face because of
a dark skinned black woman who's not going to check and jive for y'all.
But ain't
they don't care about
nobody's checking for Enrique. Nobody's checking for Asia. They should be the face of WNBA.
Because, like, if you really watch the WNBA, like, seriously, and we're talking before this year, we've been watching the WNBA. We're able to watch it. We have been able to watch it more over the last few years during the playoffs because it's been more visible and on national television during the playoffs. But we've been consistently watching WNBA over the years.
And sorry, to that point, and now Ari Lennox, she came out with a big thing as far as not being marketed. If you don't market and advertise things, it cannot grow. It cannot grow. The most talented Ari is super talented, but if she feels like she's not being marketed and advertised, then her platform is not going to grow. Sorry.
No, I agree with you, and that is very relevant. Like, the talent's always been there. People break records every year. Like, y'all make it seem like, not y'all, but some fans or newer fans are making it seem like CC coming in and breaking some records is like the newest thing to the WNBA ever. And it's not true. People break records every single year. It happens every year. Somebody's going to come in and break CC's records. It's just going to happen like that. Like, she's not going to hold these records for 10 years. Like, that's just how these things go as new players come in, as Juju comes in, as Paige comes in, as these new players who are very dominant come in. It's going to keep happening over and over again. This is not a new league. So when I hear people say, like, oh, CC's my GOAT, I got to look at you funny. Because are you really watching the WNBA for her to be your GOAT?
Right.
Are you really watching the WNBA for the WNBA, or are you watching it for a player? Because when you say CC's my GOAT, I'm going to assume that you're watching it for a player. There's no way you're watching the whole league and CC's your GOAT.
And we could be honest, like there are players that do draw you into the game. Like I'm thinking about Allen Iverson. Like, there was a point where the NBA was struggling, and they needed viewership, and player profiles do drive,
without winning
engagement.
the championship,
right? But with CC, like I said, super amazing talent. Like sometimes I just be like, yo, man, she's really good. She's really good. But it just, when you amplify something like or an individual like that, and you have other players who are not just doing that, but doing more and have been doing it, and they have not gotten the light, that's where the disconnect comes for me.
No, for sure. And I'm like, it's nobody watched the finals and thought CC could have competed in that space. There is not a rookie in this league right now that could have competed at the level that they all competed in that finals. Not a rookie. Not one. Like CC would have been like teed up, fouled up, out the game. Out the game. Like they competed at a level that was like surpassing the NBA, the MNBA. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a rookie that could have competed in that finals.
Those 5 games of the WNBA finals were one of the best. The best finals stretch of finals games I've ever seen. Ever. Like I gotta go from finals to finals to get games to collect them. Like Game 7, Cleveland and Golden State. Game 1, Sixers and the Lakers when AI was playing. Like it's certain games that are like really, really good, but not a stretch. Like that whole series was on fire.
And you didn't know who was gonna come out. Because from game to game, it was like, oh shoot, they about to win this joint. And it's like the next game was like, oh shoot, they about to win this joint.
Shoot, but in the NBA, you got one team win by 20, the next team win by 20, the other team win by 15. Like it's like a story, it's a script that's already been made.
Every game came down to the last second, last point. You talk about wanting a championship? That was crazy.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Okay.
You know, we've been together for 13 years. Going on 14 in, Jesus, 2 months. 14 years. That's 7 times 2. And you know, 7, that's my number. And that's completed 2 times. But anyways.
I like that thought.
You know, when sometimes in relationships you get into ruts or get into like hard spots. My question now, our hard spot, everybody's hard spot can be different. You know, like for us, that joint may be a day or 2 days max or a couple hours because we're so committed. Like I'm committed to peace.
Yeah.
And everything in my life, it has to be peaceful.
But sometimes that's not always a good thing.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying you're saying peace as to being passive.
Right.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about peace as in, yo, we're gonna work this out right now. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. You understand? All right. So make sure you get it. You got it. I'm educated right now. You try to come in with that.
Shut up.
All right. I'm wise. That's one of the things.
Just go.
Anyways, how do you get love back? Like and I'm not talking about this. If the relationship needs to be over, it's over. Like you fighting for things that ain't there no more. Right? I'm not talking about those couples. I'm talking about there's clearly love there, but you're in something right now. How do you get it back? How do you get that love back?
I think that's a good question. Not I think, but it is a good question.
It's a great question.
I didn't mean to say I think.
What's wrong with you? What the?
I didn't mean to say I think.
What? Yo, come on, man.
That's an excellent question.
There you go. That's the energy.
My
Give me some now.
Amazing husband.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
So like you said, for couples where the love is obviously still there, the energy is obviously still there, or maybe the energy isn't there, but the love is still there. How do we get that back? Or how do one get that back? I think that this comes in, or good communication comes in at this point. Like knowing how to talk through what the issue actually is, or to try to talk together to find out what the issue actually is. Because sometimes it's like we're in something, but what is it that we're in?
Okay.
Like, what am I feeling? Are you feeling this too? Like, are we even feeling the same thing? Because it's like one person might be like just kind of responding to the other's energy, and then the other person kind of is like, I'm not really upset, but I thought I was responding to your energy, but maybe I am feeling a way about this thing you did 2 weeks ago. I'm not really sure. So like really having like the communication level to talk to each other, like, okay, what is it that we're feeling? Like, do I hate you? Am I mad at you? Am I just personally tired and I'm just responding to our relationship a certain way because I personally am going through something? Like, what is it? Number one.
I think that's a really good point. I'm hoping that I'm not taking away from your number 2 point, but that number 1 was good because y'all could be obviously there's a rut there, but it could be from different angles. Like we may not be in a rut on the same thing.
Right,
Like
at all.
your rut could be professionally. My rut could be about the relationship. Or it could be both about the relationship, but we're arguing. We're not arguing, but we're at different points.
We're responding to different things.
Like mine could be, we not taking care of the roles in the house, whereas yours could be, we're not intimate enough. Like what are the roles? What are we clear on?
I'll give you an example. So like, of course, like Maurice said, we'll be together for 14 years come January. So I know when Maurice is starting to get into a professional rut, right? So then I have what?
I'm laughing. What is? Well, go ahead.
What?
What's a professional rut for
So
Maurice?
A professional rut, which I can relate to, is like you may not feel you are where you're supposed to be at the time, or maybe some contracts aren't going right, or like something professionally is just not going the way you feel like it should be going, right?
Okay.
But it can be coming to a head where a lot of things are not going the way you feel like they should be going at the time. So it might push you into like a depression in a way.
True.
Me just knowing my husband for a very long time, I know when it's that. I know when he's getting into that. But I also have the choice to respond to him in the way of, okay, when I know he's getting into that, he's going to be less affectionate. He's going to be mean. He's going to be mean. He's going to be less affectionate. He's going to be very to himself and standoffish.
Can we say cold instead of mean?
No, he be mean.
I'm not like mean.
No, he's mean. You're mean. So like, I have the choice to be like, oh, you treat me like this. You're not hugging me. You're not doing this. I have a choice to respond a certain way to that. I could give him space and be like, okay, let me either help him do that right or give him space. Or I could be like, yo, I'm feeling away because I'm feeling slighted. I'm not getting no hugs. I'm not getting cuddles at night. I'm not being able to spend time with you. So I could take that to mean something very personal to me.
True.
So that's what I mean by we could be responding to a rut in 2 different ways.
That was well said.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, if we were to sit down and talk and I'm like, Reese, I'm feeling this way, and he'd be like, well, I'm feeling this way. Like, this is why I'm acting this way. It has nothing to do with you. Mine has something to do with him because I'm responding to how he's treating me through going through his own personal rut. Mm-hmm. But like when we sit down and talk, it's like, okay, you're going through this. Okay, so that let me give grace or space, when needed, and also show up in the space of, okay, let's get over this. Let's talk through this so we can work through this. So we're not just sitting in this rut. Like, what do we need to do together to work through this? Yeah. But like having that level of communication and just knowing your partner, honestly, to work through ruts, I would say that's one type of rut.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and that definitely takes relationship maturity, emotional maturity, to be able to see the issue separate from what you feeling. Like, okay, this is what we feel. This is what he's feeling, and it is affecting me. But let me see it from that side.
And it's temporary. Now, this is going to be something that's going to be happening twice a week for the rest of our lives. It's like, okay, well, let's talk through this a little bit more because I don't know if I can go through this every week for the rest of my life. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like knowing that this is not something that's going to be happening often. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it so I'm allowed to give you the grace.
I feel you.
Now, if it's a rut, now we both know what the issue is. And it is stemming from both of us. Mm. like let's say now I'm giving you a very toxic, unhealthy situation, a scenario.
All right.
Let's say the household is lacking intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Because one person may have like a work husband or work wife.
Oh God.
So by the time they get home from work, they done expended
Oh shoot.
their level of affection at work.
Ain't no more in that cup. What you mean? Hug? I didn't gave him out.
I didn't give you a hug today.
Oh, that
was Tracy.
That was at the job.
But when I'm trying to
got no conversation topics because you didn't talk.
You done talked about it. You heard about that? Yeah, I talked about that earlier today.
Yeah, we did that at the job.
But I bring up that level of or that type of rut because that's something that needs to be worked on and communicated. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is an issue that's stemming between us.
For sure.
And it needs to be talked about. Like, okay, I'm not getting a level of intimacy. Why? And maybe, I don't know, the other person is expending their intimacy somewhere else because they don't like the type of intimacy they're getting at home.
Damn.
I ain't mean to make that too complicated. I was just trying to paint a picture of a different type of rut, but I felt like that was real complicated.
Dang, but you know what? Let's shift it. I don't want to shift it there because I feel like this question has a lot of layers.
It does.
And maybe we need to do something. Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe we'll do like a scenario-based episode where we just talk through like scenarios.
Yo, because this is a really deep question. It's a really deep question.
Because ruts can look a million different ways.
I look at a million different ways.
Like, how do you get back into a loving space when there is love there, but there's a rut going on? Like, what's the rut?
I know for me, and dang, I'm going off on another tangent. To get the love back, I know that you had to be willing to drop everything. Like I know, like if me and Nay are in a rut, I do work a lot. I'll say, yo, I'm not working today. We need time. I'm willing to drop everything. I think that willpower or the willingness to be like, yo, this is priority. Nothing else matters right now. I'm not going to let anything get in the way. I know I need to. Yes, that can wait. I'm going to take care of this. I think that willingness to be like, yo, this is priority. We're working on this now. And we're not going to come out this cave until it's done.
Locked in the house.
Period. Now, I think that goes a long way to getting that love back. Because even then, you'll see, yo, whether this is worth fighting for or if it's over. And you get too close to a person, like something's going to happen, whether it's for the good or for the bad. So that's your clear cut drawing right there.
No, seriously, that's why the pandemic like exposed a lot for a lot of people because it's like, wow, I actually do love you, or I actually don't like you at all.
That pandemic, I'm sorry for all of the damage that it caused in the world. But what it did for me and my household, I loved it.
I think that it was
loved it. I enjoyed spending time with my wife and my daughter every single day. I was in heaven. In heaven.
And y'all got to understand, like for our household, it was like we were always on the run. It was so busy. Both of us were like working full-time jobs. Well, Maurice was a full-time entrepreneur by that point, but like 3 full-time jobs if you add up all his partnerships. I was working a full-time job. I had just went out of work, and like it was just like divine timing for us to like reset and take a chill pill for a second because like our lives were so fast, like so fast.
You know, I feel like that time really like, and we were good. Like we didn't have any issues, but that joint just grew us in ways beyond imaginable. Like it grew us, like we turned like Super Saiyan, Maurice and Janay.
Super Saiyan happy,
like legit dog. Like and
It was almost like we didn't even want to really talk to other people because like we was doing well.
Dog, other people like, man, I can't wait to get outside. I'm
People
like, really?
struggling. I'm like, don't ever open this world back up. Don't open it up.
We was good. The money was good. Like
everything was chilling.
Everything was good. Layla she wasn't like crying to get out. I gotta go to the playground.
And that's because we would like schedule things. Like we would have family trips to the park.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when we know we was getting a little antsy and we need to touch grass, all right, we're gonna go take a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like we was at the park with our mask on. You know, but we had to go touch grass.
We bought a car during that time.
We really did. We was strolling. We was strolling.
We bought a car. Anyways, dog, but yeah, that time together, man. Be willing to shut it down.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the generalized piece of advice I think between the both of us is like be willing. Like if you the type of person that's like I ain't gonna do all of that, it ain't gonna work. I promise you, it's not gonna work because you got to do all of that.
You do have to do all of that.
And you got to do all of that.
And all of that may be different from I don't mind going to therapy with Nay. Like we have never had to go to therapy, but if it came to that, I would.
But like we've also suggested just going just to go, right. Like just to make sure that our communication skills are sharp and right. That we're actually resolving issues the way we should be.
I'm actually very fearful of going to therapy for Janay because Janay thinks that she's right all of the damn time, and that's just not right. So if we were to go to therapy, like I really feel like my babies, like she would get told, "Hey, Janay, you're wrong on this," and I don't want to be the one to listen to somebody else telling my wife that she's wrong, even though I've been telling her for a long time and she doesn't believe me. So I'm torn. You know, you feel what I'm saying?
Obviously not. Obviously not.
I think you do. I think Janay does not. I don't think she will go to therapy because
I will go to therapy. I've been to therapy before.
Not as a marriage. I know that. I'm talking about as a marriage.
I would absolutely go to therapy.
Are you willing?
I don't think I don't think it's going to go at all the way Maurice thinks it's going to go.
Yo, they could be like, yo, you got a good man. Apologize to him. Oh, you mad at him about this? Wrong,
Maurice is going to talk for like 5 minutes. They're gonna look at me like, I get it.
No. Yo, they're gonna be so much on my side. Matter of fact, schedule it, man. Schedule it now with a black man.
One. No, it's not gonna be a black man.
It can't be a black woman.
I can't listen to no goddamn man talk for no hour. Oh my god!
We gotta switch it up. We gotta do one every
one and one. Yeah. All right, we could do that because Jesus, no.
The black woman gonna be on my side too.
No, she is not.
Is she?
Unless she want to get smacked.
See, I'm talking about. You see, dangerous. All right. If you could snap your fingers and be anywhere in the world right now, where would it be? I already know where I'm going.
I'm going back to Costa Rica.
See, I haven't been to Costa Rica yet, but tell us about your experience there.
Oh my God. Sometimes I don't want to think about it because like I've traveled plenty of places. Us together, we have. Even Jamaica, I've been to several times. Loved it. It's something about where I was in Costa Rica that makes me feel so much at peace. The food was so fresh and flavorful. There was a plant. I bought me a Palms of Paradise at this very gentrified plant place in Baltimore one year. Actually, the year before I went to Costa Rica. That plant was $150. I went to Costa Rica and they had 12-foot, 15-foot, 20-foot Palms of Paradise for miles. When I said I was immediately disgusted with America, I was so mad. I was so mad. I've never been somewhere like there. Of course, there are places that are deemed the most beautiful in the world, and because of their blue waters and their architecture and things. I've never been somewhere that felt so peacefully slow. Now I'm a city girl, so this is a lot for me. I've never been somewhere that felt so peacefully slow that I felt like I can live here and not need to go anywhere else. Like as long as my Amazon can come to me, as long as I can like go somewhere to get a little shoppy done. I've never been somewhere I'm like, yo, this is some country stuff, but it's beautiful. It's peaceful. The energy there is pure. I've never been somewhere like that before. And yes, I would snap my fingers and go to Costa Rica every time.
Well, shout out to Costa Rica. I've never been.
I went for my best friend's birthday 30th, a couple years ago. Naima, shout out to you.
Shout out to Nah, my sister me. That's my dog. I really love Nah. I tell you a story. So when me and Nate first started dating, I would put on these like Christian concerts, like block parties. It was really fun, like urban gospel music artists,
It
and
was a time.
yeah,
You was curating.
I was curious. I don't know why I stopped that.
I don't know why either.
I should have kept that going. But anyways, it was called Gospel Stock. um, but dang, what was I saying? So anyway, I invited Nay, and she came, but she came with her best friend, her sister, Naima, and they stood up the whole entire time. It was chairs around, but they stood up the whole time, and I was like, "Yo, I'm going to marry Janay. I'm going to marry Janay." And she has a good friend with her, a good sister. I said, "Yo, this is good." But shout out to Nah, man. That's my dog. She can't do no wrong. She cannot do no wrong. That's our baby's goddaughter. Like that's auntie. That's every.
Godmom,
What I say?
goddaughter.
You know what I meant. You didn't need to correct me. Y'all know. But that's my homie.
Where would you go?
Oh, just off of experiences, I will go to Jamaica. I will go to Jamaica. But I'm torn between the experiences I've had. Like I want to be able to travel and really be inland. I want to live, but it's hard because when you go to the resorts, you see one side. You see the gentrified side. You don't really see the people side, and it's not as glorious
Yeah.
as we deem it or think it to be.
I mean, when you have people with big hearts like us, it's like when we were in DR, we went AV riding.
Yeah, man, that was hard.
And we had the AV ride through their neighborhoods, like in DR, like you babies with no clothes on and things like, and not to say that that's not normal in their land, right?
Right.
But it was clearly people who were impoverished and were just riding by. They like, don't give them money, and I'm like, what? Like, I just like I can't take part in activities that are like exploiting people's neighborhoods and the people there without wanting to do or give. And it's like I want to travel in a way that I'm supporting the people who I'm living amongst or around while I'm there.
Right, because I don't know like where that resort money go, but then also like it's corruption all across. Like I don't know where the Super Bowl money go when they
We
win
know
it
where
for
it's going in their pockets, but like
right.
we know this, but we still willfully support the NFL.
True.
Like we're very aware that we have huge billionaires in our country that are just being fed, and the rest are being trickled down to.
That's true. So it's like, where do you start, or do you just like,
I
you
mean,
know what
I
I'm
think we
saying?
start by like we said, like we want to travel more responsibly and in a way that doesn't exploit people.
But that's hard. Cause like,
It's not that hard.
where do you go? Like even with that Airbnb, it's supporting something. Like it's not going back into the country land.
That's
And then if you
important.
stay in the country, like it's not safe. Like they're gonna sometimes it may. Oh, that's a target.
But like more often, like for instance, like booking the Airbnb is probably going to a private owner unless it's like an overhead company that owns the Airbnb, right? When we're going food shopping, we're supporting the local economy. Like when we stayed in Costa Rica, we went to the market. So that's supporting the local economy, the employees there. When we needed anything, food, like fried chicken, whatever, we were going to local markets. So we were supporting their economy. We weren't like at a resort.
I feel
You
you.
feel what I'm saying?
I guess I also just had my reservations too of being in a country land or land that I don't know of
But that's
and
our
walking around.
responsibility
What to know?
as a traveler. Like as a traveler, like it's things that we should be doing. We should be checking in with the embassy when we get there to make sure that there's not anything brewing or anything going on, where to be. You know what I'm saying? Speaking the native language, not just going there as a spoiled American and expecting everybody to understand. And you know what I'm saying? Like that as a traveler,
That's
responsible traveler.
that's true. That's a lot of prep.
Well,
That's a
well,
lot of prep,
do we
dog.
want to be responsible or not?
I get it. I'm just saying that's a lot, but I get it.
But that's a part of not being a spoiled American.
But who has time to learn another language? So you got to work and you got kids and marriage and all that. Who has time to do that?
Babe, they got to learn it to come here
But
and talk to us. And talk to us while we're there. Because you don't think they got shit going on? And they got to learn English to work at the grocery mart because some Americans might come in and nobody knows how to talk to them.
true.
And that has been our podcast.
What?
Nothing. Just rubbing all your frustration out your chest. Well, we thank y'all for joining us for another lovely week of Happy Hour Fridays.
We was talking for a minute.
It was like
I
time
got
is just dropping.
I got a game. I got more
We ain't
questions.
playing that this week. We over an hour. We ain't playing that this week.
Dang. Okay. Well,
Save it for next week.
part 2.
Part 2. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Once again, if you support and love what you're seeing,
And we've been seeing the comments come through. Thank you. The likes, the shares,
the views are going up.
the saves. Thank you. We appreciate
it.
you.
We do really appreciate it.
We appreciate it. And if you got a topic that you want us to talk about, send that. Let's explore it together.
Yes. Let's talk about it. Let us know what you think so far. Please continue to support. Drop the likes, the comments, Cash App if you want to. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right.
We're gonna do
Family on 3.
1,
2, 3. Family. Like that.
Yes.